The Cave. Good afternoon, my name is Fred. Today I will be your guide. We will walk through this cave and learn its history. Our journey begins. Tell me if anyone has any questions. Is it safe? How long have you been working here? I've been working here for 5 years. I've also conducted 443 excursions this cave. Today will be my 444th tour. You don't have to worry. I know all the safety procedures. What kind of cave is this? Let's go inside and start my story. It was dark inside. I heard some of the girls sigh in surprise. Turning on my visionary torch, I directed its light forward. So this cave is a major attraction in the country and is popular with tourists all over the world. Fireflies arachnoluminosa are only found in New Zealand, and the largest number live only in this cave. Wow, how big they are! They're only the size of a common mosquito, but considering there are millions of them here. But how do you know that? The fireflies are closely monitored by a specialist from the Scientific Advisory Group who uses automatic equipment to remotely monitor the cave, including temperature, the amount of carbon dioxide needed to keep the fireflies alive, and the number of visitors who might come in here daily. Interesting. Could they harm us? No. How do the tours usually go? You said we'd be floating down the river today. That's right. The tours take place on 3 levels and start with a boat ride into the underground river, where the ceiling in the cave is lit exclusively by these spectacular fireflies. Follow me. As we approached the river, I helped anyone into the boat, and we set sail. As you can see, it feels as if you are looking at a night sky full of twinkling stars. It's amazingly beautiful. Yes, sometimes there are even wedding tours with these photo shoots. Has anyone ever fallen into a river? No. In case of fall, we have a lap and rope to pull the person out. Also, I'm trying to swim and I will definitely help, and the river isn't deep. Good. What else can you tell us about it? The cave has 3 levels, which are united by a 16-meter vertical shaft. Sometimes the tour begins on the level represented by the catacombs. The second level is called Banquet Hall, while the third level deepens into so-called Cathedral, which is a large hall with a wall about 18 meters high and has good acoustic properties. So you can record a music album here? No. You can try, but the sound will be very loud, and in conjunction with the echo. How long is the cave itself? The cave is 42 kilometers long, but as you might have noticed, only the first kilometer of this cave is covered in ice. How did it form? Weather conditions. Scientists are still working on it this day. It's as the river is shining. How's that possible? This cave is unique in its kind because of the blue emerald glow of the water. This impressive glow comes from 2 sources. One of us is the entranceway to the cave, which is a small hole that only one boat can enter at all times. The other source is a large hole under the entrance path, submerged in water. The entranceway, when viewed from inside the cave, looks like a bright white light just above the water line. The second hole from under the water, which is a larger source of light, gives us a whole blue glow. Wow, interesting. Thank you. You really do not know a lot. Thank you. Also, I would love to tell you a legend about this cave. According to local lore, in ancient times, a tribe of sorcerers lived here. In the diary entries of a man made shortly before the last journey with the people who came on the tour, there was mention of this plan and of a cave with many skeletons, in which the sorcerers performed their magical rites. This is exactly where we now. The man claimed to hear strange noises that sounded like clanking of many hammers. It became apparent that sound coming from the cave at night were not made by humans, as their footprints would inevitably be left on the swampy ground. It was not until months later the rescuer found the man alone among the many skeletons. No one knows how he survived. That's creepy. And where's the man now? That question amused me. Well, I hope the guy cools down after I answer that. He's right here. He's what? There was clearly fear in the guy's questions. His eyes widened, and he slowly took a few steps back, smiling and continued to speak. You never asked who this man was. It couldn't be. Is it you? You're right. But you have nothing to worry about. We'll continue our tour. You said you've been working for 5 years. Don't people lie? Honey, look around me. There is a lot of deception around here. Our boat collided with the other shore. I got off and helped the others to do it. They had no choice but follow me. So I guess you're hungry. No. This guy was persistent and eager to live. I don't like to be confronted. Well, I'm hungry. I guess you'll have to go first. The people around them froze in fear. The girls started screaming and trying to hide behind the man. Some decided to jump into the river, but it was deep. I lied when I said otherwise. Some tried to break a shard from the wall into the cave and defend themselves, and some were ready to attack me with their hands. It was a same fastidious guy who asked me a lot of questions. You have forgotten what I told you about. There was silence after my words. Everyone was waiting anxiously for what I was going to say. People are strange creatures. I told you that according to legend, this place was inhabited by sorcerers. So how can a simple man defeat magic? Hero always defeat villains. Not in my story. After one glance up, the rocks began to crack and crumble like rain. The rocks crumbled on everyone. Many were wounded and some were dead. I decided to create a field of music, and in an instant a violin played rhythmically. People were bustling and running from one place to another. Only the guy stood manfully with the fist to point me. His eyes were wet. He was afraid, but he kept trying to stand firm. Smiling, I headed toward him. I dodged every punch. Afterward, I lifted him by the shoulders above me. Not all the villains actually turn out to be villains, just as not all heroes are heroes.